Well, today, guys, we're going to be checking out a blacked out, specced out rock and roll machine from Ernie Music Man. This is the Stingray RS Stealth. I can't wait to share it with you guys. Let's get right into it. So what is going on, everybody? Thank you so much for joining me for today's video. My name is Ray. I'm a guitar player here on YouTube. If you're brand new to my channel, thank you so much for clicking on this video. If you want to consider hitting that subscribe button, joining my friends and family here on my channel, I'd really appreciate it. Now, let's talk about this black beauty, huh? So Ernie Music Man is absolutely killing the game in 2019. They just seem to be getting better and better, adding new artists to the signature model line as well as the artist roster. And now they're just creating amazing guitars, man. And I'm very fortunate that I have with me a 2019 Stingray RS Stealth. Let's talk about it. So on paper, guys, this looks like it was built for me. Minus the tremolo system, which I can look past, but at least it's not... Whoa! Whoa, I almost died for a second. Anyway, where was I? So even though it is a tremolo system, it is not a floating tremolo system. It is solely a top-mounted, so I can certainly get behind that. I'm not a fan of Floyd Roses or floating tremolos in general, but top mounts, I can get past that. Then you have an African mahogany body, roasted maple neck. Now, although this neck is in fact painted over, obviously it is roasted maple, and it is still just going to be rock solid and sturdy and not subject to climate change. And it won't move that much, so you won't have to adjust the truss rod. So that is a very cool feature. 10-inch fretboard radius, ebony fretboard, stainless steel frets, 22 frets, custom Music Man passive pickups, 1 volume, 1 tone, 1 3-way, no push-pull pots, which is something I absolutely love, and Schaller locking tuners, guys. So on paper, like I said, this looks like it would be just for me, right? I mean, maybe if it had some Fishmans in it or some EMGs, but all kidding aside, like the specs are absolutely there, and it just looks so mean and so sleek, and it looks like a stealth bomber from the early 2000s. Remember those things? But looks aren't everything, guys. So how this video is going to work is first, I'm going to be doing a demo song, and then the rhythm tracks of that demo song. Now, this is a hard rock and heavy metal based channel, so I'm not really going to be focusing too much on the clean. So if you're looking for the clean tones, I'm sure you can find that elsewhere. But for me, for my channel, we're talking about the high gain rhythm stuff, right? The chugs. But to caveat for that, I wanted to challenge myself. This guitar is in standard tuning. Guys, for you metalheads out there, once upon a time, metal used to be played in standard tuning. I know, shocker. But you know, I wanted to challenge myself. I wanted to put this guitar in standard, see if I can make it chug, see if I can make it heavy. And I think I did that. I'm using my EVH 50-watt EL34 head. And when we come back, guys, we'll talk about the positives and the negatives of the Stingray Stealth, all right? Without further ado, let's get to the demo and the isolated guitars. Anyway, that's the demo song. That's the isolated guitars. In all seriousness, guys, the one word I could use to describe this guitar is disappointment. I'm not trolling. I'm not joking. I was extremely disappointed with this guitar. But before we get to the buzzkill and the bummers that I'm really not happy with this guitar, there are so many positives built into this guitar, which is kind of hypocritical of me, but let me explain. The first positive and the main theme of this guitar is the specs were made for me. You guys know how much I love mahogany body, maple necks, ebony board, stainless steel frets, locking tuners. I mean, and then just the finish. It looks like a metal guitar, right? And that's why I bought it. I bought this guitar because it was on paper built for me. And not to say that this was a custom build or anything, but you guys know what I'm talking about. Like, it had everything that I love in a guitar. Why? Why? You guys hear that? There's a damn fly in here. Dude, f off. Anyway. Throwing me off my game here. I'm just not happy with this guitar. There's two things I really don't like about it. The finish with this guitar, although it is not a full-on gloss finish, it's kind of like in between a satin and a gloss. I'm not really too familiar with like the specific names of finishes, but the overall contour of this guitar made it really difficult for me to play sitting down. Now, I play in a studio setting 99% of the time. And for whatever reason, like whenever I was playing, the guitar was sliding. Now I'm usually wearing gym shorts about 90% of the time, but even when I had my jeans on, man, this guitar was just falling out of my lap, and it was a bit of, a bit discouraging. Now, again, take this with a grain of salt, because when you're playing live, you obviously don't have to worry about it sliding off your jeans, right? But it was a disappointment because I constantly had to keep readjusting it as it was falling away from my body. So it was a bit annoying. But the overall main negative of this guitar for me was the neck and the fretboard. Now the fretboard radius, it says it's 10 inches on paper, but to me, I'm sure it probably is, but to me it just feels a lot rounder than 10 inches. It feels like 7, or like an old school Strat, and it was very, very, very rounded fretboard, and it was just not vibing with my hands, you know what I mean? And that sounds rather egotistical, but I have to be honest with you guys. I just didn't like how round the fretboard radius. But I could even look past that. But one thing that was just killing me, guys, was this neck. This neck is so fat and so round, a big giant D. I just could not just get behind it, man. I couldn't get comfortable. It was just such a bummer, man. You guys saw the unboxing of this guitar. You guys could see my reaction and my disappointment when I pulled it out of the box, and I said, "Oh, let's talk about it real quick." The first thing that jumps at me was the neck, and as soon as I grabbed it and pulled it out of the box, I was like, oh no, I've made a mistake. So I tried to like gel with it and play with it, and I just couldn't do it, man. And it really showed with this guitar when I was trying to create like a demo song and some chugs with this guitar, and it just like, it wasn't inspiring. It just didn't feel like my guitar. I feel like I was playing somebody else's guitar. And it was such a disappointment because I wanted nothing more than to turn on this camera and be like, I'm going to get 3 more stealths, sell all my other guitars because I love the way this thing plays and the way it looks. And I really do still love the way it looks on paper. Like I said, it looks like it would be built for me after I tell you guys every video the things that I personally like. But again, I have to be honest, this guitar, I really, really did not like it at all. So all in all, guys, if you're in the market for an Ernie Ball music man, I would certainly save up and look elsewhere. And apart from the Armada, there's really not too many guitars that aren't signature lines. The Cutlass is, but I think the Cutlass is just like this guitar. So I would look elsewhere unless you want to get a JP15 or a Majesty. This guitar, for me personally, just was not vibing, and I was extremely, extremely disappointed. And I hate that I'm saying that, but again, I have to be honest, and I'm gonna probably sell this thing very, very soon. So guys, what'd you think of the tones? What'd you think of the guitar? Leave it all down below in the comments of this video, and we will get to talking about it. If you own one of these, or if you own a Cutlass or a Stingray in general, what do you guys think of these guitars? Again, I love the sound. I love the way it looks on paper. Just didn't like the way it felt in my hands. And I have to be honest, so I can't lie. I can't lie to you guys and say I loved it. So leave all your thoughts down below, and we'll get to talking about it. Guys, if you're brand new to my channel, thank you so much for watching to this point in time in this video. If you want to, please consider hitting that subscribe button. I'd really, really appreciate it. All my albums, EPs, social media, everything that is affiliated with me is down below. If you want to check those out, stop by. I'd appreciate it. I am out of here, guys. Stay metal, and I'll see y'all next time. Later.